Hello, beautiful. Welcome back to another episode of the Meant to Bloom podcast. As always, I'm your host, Brittany Clarkson. Wow, it's so great to be here with you today. I'm excited. All right, so quick refreshment break there. Super professional of me, right? Okay. We have thrown a lot of professionalism out the window. And I just kind of want to have a chat, I guess. I want this to be so much more laid back lately, and I think part of that is just in my own healing process. I am not in a place where I am thriving on deadlines or like really thriving on keeping myself so busy. And if you listen to the last episode, I have been depressed. Big time depressive episode hit me super hard over the last month or more, really, but the last month was like way worse. And if you notice, there was like a month-long gap in emails and podcast episodes from me, and that's because I just could not sit down and create anything. I wasn't at that place. I kept trying to. I really did. I was like, I really want to keep showing up for my ladies, my beautiful friends here. And every time I sat down to do it, I'm like, I just feel like a buzzkill. I don't know how to show up and be in a good spirit right now. I don't know how to bring positivity to this right now because I was so just in the yuck. And I, needed to convince myself that life was worth living. And that was just not the right time and place to be guiding anyone else out of the crap that they're going through too. But I did learn things. Like, it wasn't all negative. And I wouldn't say that I'm completely over it. I'm still in it. I'm still waking up, like having to convince myself to get out of bed. Sleeping in until like 10, almost 11 on some days. Like, I am not being productive at all, which is actually kind of a good thing in some ways because I put so much of my self-worth and my value on my productivity, and that's something I've always struggled with. Occasionally I can come through and convince myself otherwise, but for the most part, it just kind of keeps coming up for me. And so I'm kind of glad that I've had this prolonged, like, underproductive phase, because it's really forcing me to confront that and to find my own worth and my own value outside of productivity. And it's really interesting because as I sort of get back into that sense of innate worth, as I'm convincing myself of the positive things about me and my potential impact on the world, and the impact I make even on the days I don't do anything, is that it's actually kind of motivating me to be the person who gets things done a little bit more. And I'm getting them done from a place of peace, not a piece of pressure. And I think that is really valuable and really wonderful. But I've had 3 things I really wanted to share, and that's what I popped on today to share with you about what I have learned from my depression recently. And number 1, what I learned is that I don't have to be completely healed to help others. You don't have to be completely healed to help others. And that's such a kind of beautiful thing to realize. So I've always viewed like my whole presence here online with this podcast and my blogging days and all this is that I kind of view this personal growth journey as a staircase. And I'm so here for all the women, and especially moms, because so many personal growth things don't talk to the moms. It's like we forget that we have kids when we're like laser focused on personal growth, but then when you go to apply it to real life, there's kids there and it's just different, right? So I always kind of come at it with that. But I view life as this like staircase, and life with this intent of personal growth. It's going up this staircase. And so I view myself as climbing this staircase, and I mean, it's not just stairs. They're like 6 foot and 8, like some of the steps are really tall. And you've got to figure out how to get over them. And there's some trick to it and a complication. You have to solve a riddle before you can move on to the next step, kind of thing. It's sort of how I view it, is like a challenge, a staircase challenge, I guess. I don't know. I hope this is making sense. Um, but I always view like my whole time coming on here and sharing things that I learn is that that's me reaching down and, sometimes actually grabbing your hand and helping you up, or sometimes just yelling back like what the trick is to get up that next step that you're struggling with, because I've been there. I've already conquered that. Let me share with you how I figured it out. Let me, give you the cheat sheet to make it easier for you to climb this staircase too, because you move so much faster when you're not alone. And at the same time, I'm looking ahead to mentors and to, lead other leaders. I'm looking up to, Ali Casaza, Mel Robbins, um, Gabby Bernstein, whatever, like everybody, like everyone else who's out there louder and already farther along than me. And I'm looking up to them like, what did you guys do? How did you juggle sanity and starting a big business? Like, I'm looking that way, getting tips and tricks and the cheat sheet on how to keep going up. But at the same time, I'm reaching back like, I'm not going to forget you. You guys keep coming up, keep coming up. And so what I've realized is that, like, you don't have to be completely healed in order to help others. And like the way I've always come across that was that, like, you don't have to be at the top of the staircase to start helping others, because, someone who's, 6 steps above, they don't really remember how to get over what you're going through. But someone who's 1 or 2 steps above, they know, they were just there. They remember. It's, clear for them to turn back and help you. It's easier for them to turn back and help you because they're closer. And so I've always viewed growth that way. But once I hit this huge road bump of feeling so unhealed, so lost, so just, it felt like I got kicked back to the beginning when I know I didn't, because you can't go back to the beginning. But I realized that, like, I don't have to be completely healed in order to start helping. Especially because, like, if I get kicked back a couple steps, and so then I'm on the same step as everyone I've been helping, I can still help from that step because, 1, I've conquered this before, so let's do this together. Or 2, if I'm not ready to move back up that step, I'm picturing myself just like pushing you up. Like, let me lift you. Like, team lift. Let me, do a cheer lift and pop you on up to that step, and then, you can turn back and help me. Like, I'll figure it out when I'm ready. Or we can do this together. And I just kind of think that's really beautiful, to be like healing in real time and being able to share that process and being able to like be with you. And so no, like, get back on that horse. Like, don't, when life knocks you down, you get back up. I might be down, but I'm not out. How many cliches can I throw in here? I think we get the point on that one. But you don't have to be completely healed before you can start helping others. Like, where you are is where you're already meant to be, I guess. Anyways, number 2 is that apathy is the killer of all motivation and joy. Like, when we think of, like, well, what's the opposite of joy, we think sadness. And, it's not. Like, oh my gosh, it was the apathy. The feeling of apathy that was really keeping me down this last time. And I'd forgotten that apathy exists. And I apologize if anyone's listened to me, like, try to tell you about, like, how to tap into gratitude and how to tap into, like, your peace and everything. And if you're in a season of apathy, like depression, centered apathy, I am sorry for being insensitive to you about that, because I forgot how apathy feels, because it had been so long since I had felt apathy. Like, all my other depressive episodes I've had in the last several years, it's been kind of sadness, it's been some melancholy, it's been a little lack of motivation. But I was always able to, like, turn to gratitude and turn things on and, like, find a purpose for living and everything. But when apathy hits, like, wow, nothing would cheer me up. Nothing felt good. I didn't want to play Stardew Valley on my phone and distract myself. I just wanted to sleep. And, like, of course I couldn't sleep because the insomnia. it was rough. It really was. But apathy felt like it was just the killer of everything. Like, that was rough because I tried to do gratitude and I'm like, I feel nothing. I feel nothing. I don't care. Ah, dang. Anyone who is experiencing the apathy right now, like, my heart goes out to you. Keep holding on. Like, sometimes that's all you can do is just like power through one day at a time and be like, it will pass. This too shall pass. Everything is temporary. Nothing lasts forever. It's just a season. The gray clouds will lift and you will be able to go out in that sunshine again and feel it, like, metaphorically and really, like, meteorologically. I don't know. But apathy really, really got me. And I honestly don't have tips on how to overcome the apathy. I'm sorry. Um, yeah, it had to be said, and I apologize for forgetting that apathy exists. Because it's rough. It's really rough when you're experiencing the apathy. And that loss of interest in anything that you once loved, everything that you once loved, it's hard. It really is. Sometimes you just have to force yourself to do things that you don't want to do. Do things that you once enjoyed, even though you know you're not going to enjoy them right now. I guess that was the only real advice I came by when you're feeling that lack of motivation, that lack of interest, is to just do it because it has to be done. And keep holding on one more day. Number 3 was that healing and growing cannot occur simultaneously. All right, if you're a plant person, you know this, and you are a person. Persons are plants. People are plants. People are nature. These mimic each other. They mirror each other. We're like one. It's all a sense of oneness, with being made out of the same patterns and materials. If that makes sense. I don't remember the smart scientific philosophical way of saying things right now. But yeah, so I mean, when you have a plant, you don't fertilize it to grow on the same day that you prune it. All right? Because when it gets pruned, it has to heal. If it's damaged, it needs to heal before it's going to grow again. Right? And so you, as a human being, same thing. If you experience a new trauma, or if you reopen an old trauma, you get a trigger that just kind of awakens a trauma in you. If you are in that nasty, mucky pit of depression, that's what I meant to say, then, growth, it's not the time for growth. You have to heal first. You've got to heal it. And some healing and growth practices overlap, but the intention behind it is different. Like, you're not ready to become your best version of you when you're struggling with apathy. Like, you're just not. They're two different things. You have to heal. You have to nurture yourself. You have to comfort yourself. You have to recognize your own fragility, and you have to accept that I need the healing right now. I need the rest. I need the renewal. I need to find the peace before I can find the joy again, before I can start, becoming that better version of me. You have to have the will to live before you can focus on healthy healing, like healthy growth habits that are gonna take you to the next level. You have to want to be on that level first, right? So healing and growth don't happen at the same time. You are doing one or the other. And I mean, you might view healing as a type of growth, but I view healing as is getting back to your baseline. I view healing as, getting ready for the starting line. This is, doing the pre-workout, the stretching, and then growth is when you're, getting swole and you're running laps and beating records and all that, But yeah, so those are some of the things I learned through this last depressive episode, and I wanted to come on and share them with you because I don't have to wait until I'm fully healed to start helping. I hope that helped. Feel free to reach out and let me know how any of this or anything I've ever said has helped you. I really appreciate when you guys leave comments or reviews on whatever platform you're listening to. I try to check comments. Actually, I don't know if I get Spotify comments. I think you can comment on Spotify podcasts now, and I don't know how to get those if you are commenting on Spotify. So I suggest you write an Apple review because I will go on and check those every so often. Send me an email. Leave me a comment on whatever my latest Instagram post is or whatever. Comment on the YouTube video if that's where you're watching. Or go find the YouTube video, subscribe, and watch. Because I do post pretty much all of my podcast episodes over on YouTube with the video now. I feel like I've kind of fallen behind on the tech savvy stuff lately. There's been a lot of I got a lot of emails all at once about all my platforms, like, oh, we're offering this now, we're offering this now, we're offering this now. And I'm like, I don't know what's going on anymore because I didn't really read them because I was depressed and I didn't really care. And so I feel like tech is advancing faster than me and it makes me feel super old. So yeah, I don't know if you're on that train with me. Anyways, I love you, friend. Talk to you next time.